现在在美国有390万华裔的美国公民，占美国总人口的1.2%。从19世纪以来，华裔美国人在 GDP 生产、创造就业机会，还有资本市场的增长方面做出了巨大的经济贡献。在2019年，华裔美国人消费为 GDP 贡献了3004亿美元，相当于芬兰整个国家的 GDP 的价值，而也等于是丹麦全国所有工作岗位的数量。在目前有230万的华裔在美国上面工作着，占了总人口数的1.2%。CCLA 这个名字你可能是听说过的，可是到底是它从何而来的呢？在我身边的她是 Gloria， 她也是 CCCLA 的 Vice President， 让我们一起来请问她一下 CCCLA 到底是从何而来。 Hi Gloria。Hi,
thank you for having me.
Thank you for letting us coming to this wonderful location. First question, CCCLA, I heard of this a lot, many times, but I really want to know, why is this established?
Yeah, the Chinese Chamber of Commerce actually was established in 1898. At the time, the Chinese Consolidated Benevolent Association and Chinese Chamber of Commerce were one entity. Over the years, the purpose of this nonprofit was to help local businesses, the immigrant community establish a way of life here in Los Angeles. You may know that the Chinese railroad workers were some of the earliest immigrants in the late 1800s. They came here, most of them from poor rural countries, in order to make a way of living, to send money back to China and their families. And at the time, a lot of the laborers, 2/3 of the laborers on the railroad were actually Chinese immigrants. And they took the jobs that none of the other miners wanted. They worked in these mining facilities. But at the same time, they were excluded from maintaining citizenship status. The Exclusion Act prevented them from marrying whites, from owning land, from having any of the other privileges other people could enjoy.
A lot of newer immigrants nowadays, we are either business owners or we try to make a living as a business owner. How is Chinese Chamber of Commerce LA helping all these individuals?
Yes, the Chinese Chamber of Commerce, the key mission is to establish a way of networking and business exchange. We also do cultural exchange. So it's for any business person wanting to do business here with the Chinese community in LA, and also for multicultural context. Chinese Chamber actually works with many other cultural chambers to allow for business overseas and internationally. In the 1950s, it actually was a time when a lot of small businesses were growing, and this became like a bustling economy, and we started to move away from the old laborers, farmers, mining. All of those industries transitioned into a more professional environment. Not quite what we are today, but the 1950s represented smaller laundromats, the fruit and vegetables stand, Chinese restaurant workers that made a new way of living through that. And this is what the Chinese Chamber supported, helping them to establish their businesses, get business licenses, get insurance, understand the local employment rules, and at the same time also to retain our culture. Because think of it, you were immigrating and migrating to a new country. One of those ways that I love was how we expressed Chinese Kung Fu culture. And this dates back to even why we have the Golden Lunar New Year Parade we celebrate every year. One of that key element has been about bringing the culture. And so I think, in the 50s, we partnered with Bruce Lee. He was our Grand Marshal. We really tried to introduce popular culture that represented our heritage and create allyship in our communities in LA.
其实从很久的历史走到现在，然后放眼未来，这3个不同的阶段呢，其实都是每个人必经的路段。不过在这个必经的路段当中，如果有 CCCLA 可以拉你一把，扶你一下，我相信其实你的人生或者是你的想要走的未来的路都会变得更为宽阔。唐人街是华裔移民初到美国的落脚之地，一直也充当着移民的庇护所。随着中产化之后的移民迁离，以往的唐人街是渐渐的开始消失了。新移们他们揣着金钱还有梦想，分散居住在美国的各地当中，他们希望能够融入当地，成为一个真正的美国人。Hi Alexa。
Hi.
Hi. So you are the Board of Director of Communications in CCCLA. Tell me a little bit about your position.
So I'm in charge of media and marketing of CCCLA. And so whenever we have events, whenever we are, setting something up, I always spread the words and post it on social media. It's been mainly social media heavy because that is what goes out there nowadays.
That's true. Alexa, I grew up in LA. Okay, so as far as I remember for Chinatown, it's about what you have mentioned, the Dragon Parade and Miss Chinatown pageant.
Yes.
That Dragon Parade is every year there's going to be tons and tons of people. However, newer generations as Asian Americans or newer immigrants keep on coming. A lot of them can become business owners as yourself. What are some of your suggestions for these newcomers as a business owner or the established business owners?
Yes, so I would say really get involved in the community, right? Whether if it's a Chinese Chamber of Commerce like ourselves or just local community within your city, because there's always commerces, there's always places that you can get together. When you have a community, your business will grow, and also you give back to the community. So you have this, sense of camaraderie and sense of people who's supporting you, and you will meet a lot of people with the same mind as you are, so that you can grow your business and also, be welcomed and feel like you are not alone.
在19世纪的中叶，华人漂洋过海到旧金山那一带去开始挖矿，还有修铁路。不过受到了排华政策的影响，他们聚集而居，这也形成了美国最早的华人社区，称为 Chinatown 唐人街。这种像是以家庭还有亲友互助的基础模式呢，为新移民是提供了生活还有工作上面的便利。而随着像是学校、同乡会、俱乐部，甚至是剧影院的机构的建立，唐人街的发展也成为了功能完善的社区。Minor minority 模范少数族裔，你是属于其中的这一个人群吗 ？Alexa, the question's all on you now. How do you interpret minor minority?
So at first, when I first heard the term, because I'm actually from Mongolia, and I came to the U.S. like 20 years ago, I was like, oh, that's so cool. This is a really cool thing. We are models. And then, I looked into the terms and then kind of just learned about it. And I'm like, no, we're not. We're not model minority, because that makes it seem like it's like this one race. Asians are just from one country, and that's not the case. We're all over the world. And within that, there's different cultures. So when you kind of group these people from all over that side, Asia, East Asia, Southeast Asia, into one group and say, model minority, I just feel like it's not a representation, a good representation. That is my opinion. There's a whole lot of things that I can add to it, but maybe you want to add to it.
Gloria, what do you think? Well, history is actually repeating itself. Okay, that's just something that we can never deny. What do you think? What's your interpretation of minor minority?
The AAPI community across the entire United States is 23 million people strong. About 45% of those AAPI live in the West, and 30% of them live in California alone. So when we talk about model minority, I need to stress that we're actually not a minority. We need to ask for our seat at the table, ask for representation, and just be proud of everything we've accomplished across politics, business, philanthropy, in media and entertainment, sports. We are AAPI, and we should be proud of that fact.
Exactly. We are who we are. That's the most important thing. We don't want to be labeled or be sticking on the label saying who we are. Just call me by my name, just say hi and everything's okay.
Many of today's society's conflicts stem from our own biases and prejudices. But what makes us unique also makes us powerful. This May, as we celebrate AAPI Heritage Month, I encourage you to tap into what makes you unique, and let's celebrate allyship and cultures together in this community in LA.
Hi, I'm Alexa from CCCLA. Many societal conflicts come from not knowing other cultures. So this AAPI month, I encourage you to get out of your comfort zone and meet other cultures, and you'll learn how similar we are, but at the same time, learn the difference and embrace it so we can all live together in a harmony in this society we call home.
从19世纪的交通还有农业基础建设，到20世纪的太空竞赛，甚至是今天的高科技产业，华裔美国人对于美国经济做出的是巨大的贡献。我们不仅仅是从事着基础的餐饮、洗衣店等等的小型企业，如今也有越来越多的华人是从事着医学、教育、工程等等的技术行业。在2019年，华人通过了消费支出，为美国的 GDP 是贡献了3000多亿的美元，支持了300多万个就业岗位。而目前在美的华人企业总共超过了16万家，创造了收入超过了是2400亿的美元。在今时今日，我们更需要共同努力，一起凝聚力量，提升归属感，唤醒生存的意识，培育社会担当还有使命感，让历史不再用其他的方式重蹈覆辙。